Hello and welcome back to this second video on Resit Management in Activity Management. So the first video we went through configuring resits in the Activity Registry record, then creating the Activity Manager record and looking at how we can configure resits in that record as well. Now we're going to look at managing resits in the individual activity manager, so the IAM record. Okay, so I'm going to enter some marks quickly just to generate the resit. So creating entering marks is covered in another video. Okay, so for the coursework, what I'm going to do, I'm going to add a mark to the coursework, which is going to be a failed mark. So I'm going to put 10 there. Okay, I'm going to save that. Incomplete result. Yes, I know that. And I'm going to put a pass mark into the exam section. So let's put in 6. Oh, let's put in 45. Yeah, pass. Okay, you're going to let me save now? Good. Okay, so I've put my marks in here. As you can see, once I put my failed mark in for the coursework, it puts in resit candidate straight away. And when we run the IAM resit evaluation process, it picks up that resit candidate value and creates a resit record based on it. If we do the same thing to the exam, so let's go back into the exam and get rid of the mark. Now we're going to add a new mark in, and I'm going to put 20 in. Right, let's save that and return. As you can see, it hasn't put resit candidate in. It only does that once we've run the result calculation process. Okay, so the coursework one comes up straight away, but for the exam, we need to run the result calculation process. Okay, so I'm going to change that back. Get rid of that again, add a new result type, and let's put the pass mark back in. No, that's not what I want to do. Right, click save. Okay, so that marks in, and now we've got a pass. Okay, so everything's fine. So now I'm going to calculate the course mark. I'm just going to use the record in here rather than doing the IAM result calculation. Okay, oh no, it's still running. Okay, so now we've got an overall mark, 38, which is a fail. We've got marks. The mark has now been moved from the exam section up into the parent exam record, which we can see here. There it is, 65. Okay, so now we've got the resit candidate. So now we need to create the resit record for this coursework. Well, we can do it two ways. We can do it manually in the IAM record, or we can run the IAM resit evaluation process. So I'm going to do both. We're going to do, for the first resit for this coursework, we're going to use the IAM process. Okay, so let's go into another tab. And it lives in, no, it doesn't live there. Resit, records and enrollment, individual activity manager, and IAM resit calculation. So I'm just going to put value in here, click on add, and it brings up my evaluation record. Let's put the institution in, select a tool, PS query. Let's find the query I'm going to use. I want to use it by student. That'll probably be easiest. So we'll see if we can get that to work. Edit prompts, right? So put UON in. And now I need to go and get my student ID. So let's go back to here. This is my student ID from the IAM. Paste that in. Click OK. Now I'm going to click on Preview Selection Results. Let's see if this student's going to appear. Oh, a lot of things are going to appear. Great. Okay. So we can see that's going to work. Now we're going to click on Run. OK. And go to the Process Monitor. And I'll put you on pause while we run this. Okay, so that's now run successfully, and if you look down here now, you'll see that a new row has been added to the coursework one, which is the assessment the student failed. So now we've got 1 of 2 and 2 of 2. So the first one's down as being reassessed, and now we've got select as resit. So that's all set up now. So now we can go in and we can put our second reset mark in, and then we'll see what happens when that fails. And we're going to do this by the manual process in the IAM. Okay, so I'm going to put 2 in now because they've really let themselves. Oh, okay, that's fine. It's just telling me that it's going to do a reset recalculation. Okay, it's identified, from my understanding, that the 10 is still the highest mark. Yeah, so it's going to take that mark when it's doing the overall course calculation. So let's save that, see if it's happy. It is. So let's go back. And now when we do our overall course, let's calculate that mark again. Yeah. So if I go and look at my course now, I've got the same mark, and I've got the same mark because because my reset mark was lower than my original attempt. It's used the original attempt, and so we've still got the same mark, no impact from the reset. However, I'm back to having reset candidate against my reset record because the student failed that as well. So what we can do now, rather than going to run the IAM reset evaluation again, we can just click on here and put reset selected. And now you can see it's done the same thing. It's changed that second record now to reassess like the first one, and it's put in a new row and identified it as selected as reset. Okay, so let's put a mark in again. And you know what? I'm going to put, first of all, I'm going to put a fail mark in, but it's going to be higher than the first attempt, so we can make sure it's using that in the calculation. And then we're going to see if it's going to allow me to generate a fourth reset. Okay, that is going to be interesting. Okay, so now it's going to use this mark. Yeah, 20. Why annoying? Okay, so we've put our mark in. We need to do calculate the overall mark again. So let's do that. Okay, job done. Let's have a look at the overall mark. See, it's gone up now. Now it's a pass. So it's picked up that second reset was the highest mark and it's used it. So now we've got our overall pass mark. However, we're still a failure. We're still a reset candidate. So the question is, and this is going to be interesting for me as well, is it going to let me have a fourth attempt? Because you can see here, attempts allowed, limit free. So let's click on that. 3 attempts in the academic year, no more. So is it going to be true to its word, or am I going to overwrite it? And I'm hoping it's the former. No, it's given me a fourth one. Okay, that's interesting. Let's see if it'll let me record a fourth mark. Okay, let's put another failed mark in. Yes, that's fine. Okay, so it's ignored that mark and it's using 20. Now, is it going to do something, or is it actually going to let me use that? Okay, so it's created a fourth attempt now. So we've got 1, 2, 3, and it's created a fourth attempt. And okay, well, let's see if it'll allow me to use that. Oh no, that is the fourth attempt, isn't it? So has it done anything? It's identified it as a reset. Well, let's just keep going. No, don't want to do that. Oh yes, see, I can't. Oh no, it's not letting me add in a new mark for that. So I think, in fact, it has worked because it's not letting me. It's just showing me the marks that are already there, but it's not letting me put another mark in. Okay, so it does work. It just looks a bit like it doesn't, but that shouldn't be a problem. And overall, you can see how the resets can be managed within the system, within the IAM, and the way you can do it both manually in the IAM if you need to, or through using the IAM reset evaluation. Okay, and that's where we're going to finish now.